I have one of these. But most people that watch this channel have one of these. And here's the crazy thing. Mine isn't any better than this one. Jiu-Jitsu is a sport with a long and tiring process, and the most important step is just to get started. This immediately makes the white belt the most important of the 5 main belts. People that are new to the sport and first get their white belt have the daunting task of learning everything. They need to learn submissions, positions, rules, etiquette, defense, offense, escapes, how to lose, and so many other things. And even though they have so many things to cover, they only need to dig 1 inch deep into each subject. So how can I actually say that my belt isn't any better than this one? The first problem is that there is no way you can evenly rank people in this sport. People that are just starting out with Jiu-Jitsu could either be a wrestler, a gymnast, doing this as a hobby, or just trying to get in shape. And of course, people like Ben.
I will not quit! No one stops me!
And it's pretty easy to see that all those people have completely different backgrounds when it comes to grappling. For example, a wrestler with just a few weeks of submission knowledge might be able to beat a purple belt because of all their extensive background. Even someone at my gym was a white belt, and I saw him tapping out brown belts because he had so much collegiate wrestling experience. But on the other hand, you have people who work a day job and just want to do this to stay fit. And unfortunately for them, they end up going through the ringer and they're treated like a human punching bag. To try and compare the collegiate wrestler that's a white belt and the new guy just trying to get in shape that's a white belt is completely crazy. And the bigger problem is, this trend doesn't just stop at white belt. This continues all the way throughout the sport. Both of these guys are purple belts. One is in his 50s and he's actually quite technical with his jiu-jitsu. The other one is a meathead who just grinds constantly, but they're the same rank. Minus a few stripes, of course. Now you're probably wondering, how is this the fault of the people that do the sport? It's not. Every gym is different on how they rank. Some gyms rank based on attendance.
I prefer the term attendance blue belt.
Some rank based on experience, and some do it just to keep their students motivated. All the time, I see comments from YouTubers that go to gyms and they're saying that Ben wouldn't be a blue belt at their gym. However, Ben has more than 2 years in the sport, he rolls at every opportunity that he can, and he competes in any tournament that will let him. He clearly puts in the work even if people don't agree with the rank. But then on the other hand, you have purple belts with stripes that are so pristine because they never roll a single round. And I get it. People want to be rewarded for their efforts, so gyms rank people, but every gym has different standards. For example, I'm a black belt, and Mika Galvo is a black belt, but you aren't going to see me tapping him anytime soon. It's very common that I'll see more gifted athletes held back longer because they want to do competitions, even if their skill level is above their current rank. This further skews the line between what their rank should be and what other people at their rank are, which in turn creates sandbaggers. For example, I had that tournament series with somebody named Matt, and he was a fresh blue belt, only 1 week at the belt. But he went into a competition in the blue belt division with this fresh belt, and he completely stomped the tournament. He won a gold medal against all these other guys with 4 stripes, 2 stripes, or whatever. That's a fresh blue belt. Imagine if he didn't get promoted 1 week earlier. He could have been in the white belt division just crushing these guys, making people not even want to do the sport anymore. And then of course we have to touch on the darker side of jiu-jitsu. Gyms are a business and they need to make money, which completely makes sense. But what better way is there for people to come back to your gym, continue paying the membership, because they know that they can get stripes, ranks, and follow the clear path to the next belt. Some gyms absolutely will promote just to make extra money and keep students in the gym. And cases like these show exactly why belts aren't as important as we want them to be. Now, I'm sure you're saying, but Tyler, there's more to ranks than just being able to roll and compete. And that's absolutely true. Being able to teach and demonstrate what you learned is extremely important, as well as how you conduct yourself on the mats. I've met lower belts that are actually pretty great at teaching the techniques they understand, but I've also met blue belts that think they invented honey hole. Then on the opposite side, you have higher belts that are pigeonholed into teaching because they have the most experience on the mat, so of course they have the most to show people. Then you find out that they're a brown belt and they don't even know what reaping is. A lower ranked belt that really understands their technique might be better at speaking compared to the black belt that's seen a lot of technique, but they can't teach a class at all. For me, it is very, very hard to feel like a black belt when there are monsters out there lower ranked than me, but their name is Nicky Rod. Sure, he's a pretty big guy, but even his brother, J-Rod, is a blue belt winning ADCC trials. I'm not even sure that I could win trials and I'm a black belt. These guys may be anomalies, but they're out there. And the more that are there make me feel less significant as a black belt. And how can we forget about the belt with the most variants of them all? This one. You're stuck at this rank forever, creating the largest gap of talent. New black belts can smash longtime black belts, old white belts can make you feel like a white belt again, and some of them got the belt just because of attendance, but they're losing to blue and purple belts. Such a variance of talent in the most important rank shows that belts don't have nearly as much value as we want to believe. But at the end of the day, me saying that belts don't matter should not diminish anything that you've accomplished so far. Unless you don't roll, of course. Everyone has their own path throughout the sport. And just because I believe that we put too much emphasis on belts doesn't make your belt any less significant. However, if you want to feel like you're getting better jiu-jitsu, even if you aren't, you can wear clothing that represents jiu-jitsu itself. This is from xmartial.com. Check my link in the description below, and you can get awesome gear like I have using promotion code Tyler10.